I'm part of what I've been doing for the last 15 years is working as a trauma counsellor or trauma therapist, and listening to people's stories, a lot of it abuse, sexual assault, war trauma, first responder trauma, these kind of things. And how I got to become fascinated about shadow work, just listening to trauma. And I asked myself the question, at some point, because I could see the generational trauma and the cycle being passed down through the family line. And there's this conversation that hurt people. And I just asked myself, why do hurt people keep hurting people, and what's going on, what's behind all this? And it just occurred to me that it's because, my father hurt me, my mother hurt me, and they were hurt by their parents. So I see it even in my own family dynamic. And I think it's that, if individuals did their shadow work, they're less likely to pass that trauma on. And so it got me looking at what's behind the cycle of trauma is the unintegrated shadow. And I'm convinced that that's correct. And so I switched from being a trauma therapist into being a shadow work coach. And that's my focus now, and probably will be for the next decade. Because I'm convinced that if individuals do their shadow work, they're less likely to pass their trauma on. I'll just give an anecdote to that. So I'm 62, never married, no children. And the reason never married, no children is because of my family of origin history. Both my parents had problems with alcohol, and they were both quite physically abusive to me and my siblings. And so I remember from a young age making a decision that, marriage and children's not for me. If that's what it's like. It was really quite a chaotic household that I grew up in. And so I made a choice, no marriage, no children for me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just because of the trauma. And now I'm 62 and I'm in a committed relationship and actually going to be starting a family. My partner's pregnant and I'll become a father this year at the age of 63.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Yeah, thank you. And so the only way I could get from not being a husband and father or in a committed relationship to where I am now is through my shadow work. I had to do my trauma work first, but then after the trauma work, I still needed to confront the shadow. And when people come to me for shadow work coaching, quite often they've done therapy, they've done meditation, they've done yoga, they've done breath work, they've done everything they can, and they still have to confront their shadow. So you